Good morning and welcome to your early morning workout. I'm Jodai Saremi and I'm going to be showing you 3 different sets of exercises that you can do that are circuit type training in the TABATA format, which means that they're just 4 minutes long, they're very quick, you use a timer which is available as an app for an iPhone or Android. The equipment you're going to use for the first set of exercises is your squat stand, so go ahead and put it in to the bottom. And you'll also need a set of dumbbells. And make sure that you've had your 8 to 10 ounces of water already. Now that you're awake, make sure you hydrate. And put your water aside because you're going to need it for later. All right. First thing to do is to start off your exercise session is to just do some dynamic stretches. Dynamic stretches mean that you're stretching, but you're not holding a stretch for more than 8 seconds. So here's a couple of examples of dynamic stretches. You can do side-to-side lunges. You can drop a shoulder into it. You can swing your arms. You can reach forward. You can reach sideways. You can twist. Make sure when you twist that you turn your hips and your shoulders. Don't just twist with the static hips because you're not quite warm yet. All right? You can do knee ups. You can do hamstring curls. So go ahead and do those for about 3 to 5 minutes until you feel like your blood is flowing. Once you're done with that, you go ahead and you pick up your timer and get ready to start. So you press play, the timer starts, you sit down, you position yourself in a good position, make sure your hair is not going to get caught, and start with your high knees on the total jump. Concentrating on good form. Don't worry about the number of reps you're doing. Just try to do as many reps with as perfect form as you can in that time section. It will count you down in the last 3 seconds. All right, so now you're resting for 10 seconds. You're going to do a squat overhead press. So grab your weights, take it down, press it up. My weights are about 5 pounds, but you can use 10-pound dumbbells. You can use 15-pound dumbbells. It's all up to you. Just make sure your booty goes out and then in, and you exhale and press. All right, next set, you have to do twist jumps on the total gym. Go ahead and position yourself. Push off, bring the knees to your chest. Rotate the hips, land softly, 20 seconds doing twist jumps. It's a plyometric exercise. So next, you're going to do lat pullover crunch without the cables because cables cannot be used in this one. Because you don't have enough time to attach your cable. So go ahead and use your dumbbells for this. Lat pull over crunch, you're using your abdominals, your upper body, and your lower body. And as you can see, I'm already breathing hard. And we've only completed 2 minutes of exercise. You're going to go through that set of 4 exercises one more time for your 4-minute workout. And then you'll be done. For the next set of exercises, you'll need the wing attachment. So go ahead and attach it to your total gym. Set it at the height you want. Make sure your safety pins are all the way inserted so that they don't slip out. And you'll need your timer again. We're going to start with the mountain climber, which is a pretty high impact exercise if you do it fast enough. So let's go ahead and start with that exercise right here, putting your hands down, open position for a bit bigger challenge on the glide board. Get ready, go. So here you are doing the mountain climber, lifting your high knees. If you want to do low impact, you just do a knee lift. If you want to make it a little bit easier than that, then you put it into a closed position. This is the easiest, this is intermediate, this is advanced. Resting now for 10 seconds. You're going to do what's called a burpee next. The burpee has you all the way down in a plank. You squat forward, you jump up, you take it back, you do a push-up. Your options here are to take a push-up out if you want. You can just do it to a plank and stand up. You can take it to a push-up, squat, jump if you like. Okay, that's your rest period here. We're gonna take it into jump rope next. Jump rope, you can try a few different ways. You can do the 2-foot jump rope. You can do high knee. You can do back kick. Or you can do just a hop. Remember, whatever you do, you have to do it for a full 20 seconds. And there's your rest. Next, you go ahead and set up for your incline hamstring curl crunch. Scoot all the way to the end. Get the hair out of the way. You crunch, hamstring curl. Crunch, hamstring curl. You can take your hands away. This will make it a little bit easier to use your hands. But make sure you bend your knees and glide that board up and down the rails. And that takes us to the end of that set of 4 exercises. You do that one more time, and you'll be ready to be calling it a morning. Workout number 3 doesn't require any equipment whatsoever. You just need some place where you can do a sit-up without hurting your back. So preferably on a mat or something carpeted, and you'll need your timer. So let's go ahead and get started with the timer. It's going to count us down. You're going to do jacks right here. So jumping jacks. Make sure, I like to tell people when they land in a jack to bend their legs so they land in a plie and the heels touch the floor. A lot of people like to stay on their toes, and that's very hard on the calves and the ball of the foot. So here you are doing your jumping jacks. Low impact looks like that. Rest period right now for 10 seconds. We're going to do what's called a squat hop next. A squat hop involves jumping forward or in place. So here's a squat hop in place. Right here, here's a squat hop, jumping forward, jumping back. Notice that I'm swinging my arms to give me a little bit more power to move. Land soft. Land with your knees bent. Really try to get a little bit off the ground. And there's your rest period right here. Next set of exercises is the push-up. You have options right here on your knees or on your toes. Let's start on the toes here. Bending the elbows to 90 degrees if you can. Wide arm. Breathe. On your knees, looks like this. Make sure the top of the thigh touches the mat each time you go down. Your chest doesn't have to touch. Rest. Next, really fun exercise called the sit-up, stand-up. Skip to the end of the mat. Sit down, roll back, push yourself up, stand up. So, here's your sit-up. Here's your stand-up. Again, remember it's a round spine to help you roll. If you have it in you to do it with no hands whatsoever, using momentum, that's what it looks like. 10-second rest. That's the end of your 4 exercises. Do that one more time. You'll be done with your 4 minutes of exercise for the morning. You're ready to rock and roll. At the beginning of this video, I talked about dynamic stretching to warm up. At the end of your exercise session, whether it was just 4 minutes or if it was a full hour, you really should do what's called static stretching. Static stretches hold the stretches for about 30 seconds maximum. You don't have to hold a stretch that long because most people's muscles tend to cramp up a lot sooner than that. But I'm going to show you a few examples of static stretches. So let's go ahead and start off with what's called a lunge. Everybody knows how to do a lunge. You stand on your railroad tracks running underneath each hip, and you just step back big until the front knee is bent to almost 90 degrees, all right? And you can hold the stretch here, hands by your ears, or clasped together. From the forward lunge, you can do a side lunge by just pivoting on the back foot and pivoting the front foot to a 45-degree angle and staying right here, if you like, or staying way up here. All right, for a super deep side stretch, side lunge, you put your elbow on the knee, you raise your arm straight up, and then bring the arm right by your ear. If you are even more flexible than that, you can take your hand off your knee and put it to the outside of your foot and bring the arm right by your ear, rotating your chest towards the ceiling. Really good side stretch and leg stretch. Exhale, come up. Forward stretch for your hamstrings. Just go ahead and bow forward. You can stop halfway down, holding your hips here, or take your hands to the floor. Try to keep your back flat. If you have a lot of flexibility in your hamstrings and legs, take those legs all the way out until you get into a split and you're on your elbows or you're all the way down flat. From here, go ahead and roll forward. Take it to your knees and stretch the hips. Lean into it, right here. Or you can get even deeper and bow the head all the way down to the floor. Rotate around after you've held that stretch for longer than 15 seconds. The tailbone in, tucking the chin in, arching the spine all the way up to the ceiling. Holding it here, breathing though while you're holding the stretch. And then as you inhale, hold the chest in between those arms. Tailbone up to the ceiling, chin lifted, arms straight. And stretching here through the abdominal area. Let's take it into another leg stretch from here. Sit back, all the way back. Take one leg straight in front of you. Line it up with your shoulder. And the other foot, the sole of the foot presses into your thigh. Make sure that outside knee is flared out and as open as possible. Take your arms over your head and reach forward. Exhaling as you go. With each exhalation, try to go a little bit deeper until your nose is on that knee and your stomach is touching your thigh and you are just breathing. Pressing the back of the leg into the mat. Rolling all the way up. Don't forget to do both sides. Let's go ahead and do a stretch for the front of the body. So inch forward, take yourself down on your elbows. Take yourself all the way down. Elbows here and arch your back up. If you want to put your hands under the glutes right here, it takes a little bit deeper. Walk your elbows in towards the center. Arch the chest up to the ceiling. Crown of the head to the floor. Legs straight. Opening up the whole front of the body. Since you're on your back, and you can also take the knees apart here. If you did not like doing a standing straddle stretch, you can do a straddle stretch here, planking and flexing. So those are some basic stretches, static stretches, to help your flexibility at the end of your workout. Hopefully you have a great rest of the day.